In today's video, we find out what happens when all the bosses from Fortnite Chapter 5 meet each other and fight each other for the first time ever on YouTube. This is a super exciting video and we've spent months and months planning this. It really is unbelievable that we've actually managed to pull this off, so I really do hope you guys enjoy it. So let's jump into this, but if you haven't already, tap that subscribe button. Roughly 98% of you guys that watch the content over here are already subscribed. It only takes a second, tap it, let's jump into the plan. Plan for today's video is to grab all 5 bosses. We'd have 3 different people go and grab different bosses. First one will be Mont over to the location of the bunker. The second one will be Peter as well. We'll take him to the underground as well, and Nisha, so this will be the yellow person taking them 2 over. Then the other person will grab Oscar and obviously Val and bring them over to the location of the underground bunker. So here we are jumping into the battlefield in a custom game, and we're going to go in straight away and get this sorted. I'm going to head over straight to the bunker because the bunker is going to be the most important thing. Inside of here we're going to take out Jonesy because we don't want him part of the fight. He's not one of the bosses this season, he's an NPC, and the rest of the stuff we're going to do here is clear all of the structures and all of the obstacles. We don't want any of the bosses getting stuck on any of this, and then we're going to fortify it with metal around so they can't escape, and once they're in here they're going to get attracted to each other and then they're not going to escape. This is a really cool idea because what they actually do is get stuck on the train platform in the middle because it's a level up, and we're going to have them get stuck on there in this middle section here, and hopefully that will work nicely. Now on the other side of the map, my teammate Awaken, got some footage here for you guys, was taking out some of the Legion guards and getting access to Val. His job was to bait Val all the way over to the underground bunker. A very long distance to go to bait, but it was possible, so hopefully he can get that going as we keep going. So while that was taking place, I head over to Mont and get him damaged. The reason we damage all of the bosses is so that we can actually clear their NPCs. This is because during the fight we don't want absolute craziness with all the NPCs spawning at random times because it'll end very quickly and it won't be fair. So we clear them and get that sorted. Right now only 100 people are supporting me in the item shop. If you're one of them 100, thank you so much, but let's try and aim for 1,000 supporters. It would mean a lot and help support the channel further, so consider putting code POST into your item shop. Whilst I was doing my item shop promo, my teammate was moving over Val out of Reckless over to the location of the underground. This was crucial, but we got her right here and Val moved pretty well out of her POI. Over on the other side, I was baiting Mont as well. So Mont was quite difficult to bait. You had to take out some of his NPCs like I'm doing here, like I mentioned before. So I got them cleared and that was set to go. And here you can see over at Lavish Layer, Awaken then moved over there as well and started baiting Oscar. Oscar again, same again, taking out his henchmen, making sure they are taken out and making sure they're set to go. We don't want any of them spawning in the fight was an important objective over here. Here you can see he's waiting for Oscar to heal up and spawn his henchmen, but luckily that time it looks like he doesn't actually spawn them straight away, so that's alright. He must be already partially out of his POI. Sometimes they do spawn outside the POI, sometimes they don't. It's a difficult one. Anyway, here you can see me back over at Mont. I'm just baiting him down the little slope over here. He's quite easy to bait, he'll just follow you all the way. And you can see Mont's just slowly following me, just giving a little bit of time. Revived my teammate that came over to help me as well while they were doing Oscar, so that was pretty neat. And you can see Mont's he's just chilling and he's ready to go. So get the revive in and Mont will follow us all that way. Over on the other side of the map we've got some footage of Peter. It just shows the method that we use just to kind of bait them along. They just simply follow you out. You can see Peter's following us nicely here, working his way up these stairs, and we're just kind of getting him moving easily. And you can see eventually Peter does get to this point in time where he kind of gets stuck, but then eventually he decides he wants to come up here and will eventually follow us to that location. On the other side of the map, just away from Peter, actually not too far away, just over at Fencing Fields, we have the location of Nisha, again doing the same over here, eliminating her shield, then waiting for her henchmen to spawn and taking out her pair. This was done on every single henchman, so when we do get to the fight, it is a fair battle between all. I think that's something I really want to stress, making sure it's an equal fight between all the bosses, because I don't want NPCs and henchmen spawning at random points because they can do an absolute ton of damage, especially if they get close with their shotguns, which can really ruin and unbalance these fights. So to make it fair, we're trying to make it as most fair as possible, so it's just the 5 bosses fights. I also want to mention, if you guys haven't checked out Toy Box, this is a free-for-all map with every single weapon inside of Fortnite that you guys can use that is in there for free. You don't need gold or anything, you can just log on, get them straight away. Here's the map code. If you enjoy that sort of map, check it out. And also 50 Fashion, this is the #1 fashion show inside of Fortnite. Inside of here, it's a fashion show which is grief approved, so there's no griefers inside of here. There's one judge, and it's a fashion show which changes every 1 to 2 weeks the themes. So there's a variety of different themes. It's super fun. If you guys like fashion shows or like them fashion show videos, this is a map you want to check out. Here's the 2 codes for Toy Box and 50 Fashion. Check them out if you get a free moment. So now we were just finishing off Nisha's baiting over to the location of the underground, and it took a while to get them all there and a lot of attempts. So let's skip that.
1 eternity later.
So after about 2 months of trying to pull this off, and eventually we got lucky, we got all the bosses to meet each other and it worked really well. I'm sure you guys want to see the fight in a replay mode view, so let's jump into that and show you guys. So first off, Awaken jumped in and aggroed the bosses. We had a really good glitch going on before the Ninja Turtle update. Sadly it got patched. It was like a glitch where you could get the bosses not to fight at first, and it worked really well here in this situation. So to start off, Peter went in, we got him aggroed, and you can see Val and Peter aggroed at the start with Nisha. Nisha going in for Peter here, trying to do as much damage as possible on Peter, but not doing too much. She's missing a lot of shots, and she gets absolutely beamed by Val in the back, taking so much damage from Val. Her shield already gets cracked in this situation. And as I mentioned before, none of these will spawn their henchmen because we damaged their henchman's shield just because we didn't want them spawning. Oscar then joins the fight here. He's doing quite well with his shotgun, trying his best. It looks like Oscar and Peter are teaming in this fight here against Val, trying their best to take down Val. Val's taking a ton of damage, and Mont is still not aggroed onto any of these. He's just chilling in the back, trying to get back to his POI, but we've got him. Hopefully he gets aggroed eventually. Here you can see Val trying her best to deal a bunch of damage to Nisha, but misses a few shots there. And Nisha is, it's kind of like a four-way battle here right now. It looks like no one really is on the same team. Oscar's still teaming a little bit with Peter onto Valerie, trying to do as much damage as possible to Valerie. Val's doing all right with the SMG, doing a ton of damage. It looks like her shield has been cracked though. So, Mont's back in the action over here. We actually managed to slide Mont in here, which gets Mont into the action. Here you can see Oscar loses his shield as well. So it looks like Val, Oscar, and Nisha all have their shield down. And Peter also has his shield down, which means Mont has the most health right now. So could Mont actually clutch up and win this fight? You see Oscar then turns on Peter now. He's now aiming at Peter, and Oscar gets absolutely beamed in the back by Val there, taking an absolute ton of damage, and Mont's there beaming in onto Oscar, and it looks like Peter takes down Val as the first elimination out of the 5 bosses. The first one that goes down is Valeria. Here's a little replay of that from my point of view, just to show you guys. The exclamation marks sometimes don't show when the bosses are targeting on each other, and replay is just so buggy these days. Peter's still doing his best, moving quite a lot. His movement is really helping him a lot. He has a lot of health. Obviously, they all have the same health, but he has enough health just to dodge as much, and that movement is really benefiting him against these longer range weapons. You can see Oscar gets trapped in the corner, gets hit quite nicely there, and gets taken out by the Mont and the Peter Griffin. It looks like they're no longer friends now, Peter and Oscar. Anyway, so carrying on, you can see that Peter Griffin's trying his best to beam Oscar at range with his shotgun. Not the best way, and Oscar finally loses his shield, and somehow Nisha is still alive. She's been being so much at the start of the fight, but is still standing her ground, and it's really impressive to see. That ranged weapon's still not the best though. Someone that makes a lot of boss content, I can confirm that. They struggle to hit a range if you stand still or move really slowly. If you move fast though, they will hit you, and Peter gets the crouch shotgun shot on the Nisha and gets the elimination. So now it's a 1v1 between Peter Griffin and Mont inside of the final boss meet of Chapter 5 Season 1, where all 5 bosses meet. Who's going to win between these two? Will it be the Montague or will it be the Peter Griffin boss inside of Fortnite? Who will win in this final showdown? You can see that Peter's got the advantage here with the shotgun, and the way he moves and fires that shotgun is completely different to other bosses, which allows him that extra movement, and obviously they struggle to hit with that ranged weapon. Here you can see he gets a 103 onto Mont right now. Mont's still struggling to hit with that ranged weapon, and it's just not helping him. That movement from Peter is dodging a lot. Here you got another damage there on Mont there, and Mont actually hit a 37, but it's just not enough. Mont's going to need to get further and further away to reduce that shotgun damage. Another huge shotgun shell coming in from Peter, and you can see their health right now. Peter has the advantage. This is going to give him that extra chance to get the win, possibly here, if he gets another shotgun off, but more shots are coming in from Mont. Will Mont clutch this up in this final battle between these two? Peter's reloading his shotgun. Mont missing his final few shots here, and Peter gets the final blow, and the Peter Griffin boss is victorious. Don't forget to check out 50 Fashion or Toy Box if you enjoyed today's video. You'll enjoy these maps because inside of Toy Box you can get every weapon for free, and inside of 50 Fashion, it's the most legit and best fashion show inside of Fortnite where there's no griefers. You can pop in with the map codes on screen, you can earn a ton of XP in these. I'll see you guys in there. I play them regularly, so hopefully you'll spot me in there.